Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I am helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic way. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So just want to make a quick video. The importance of going within right now. We are being tested on many different levels. You'll find yourself constantly being tested, like, are you going to be the old version or the new version? Old version, new version. Especially when you're making a shift, when you're trying to make positive changes and be a different version. Think, feel, and act differently. And when you're trying to shift to your most optimal timeline. And we know that the earth is raising in frequency, right? So when it's raising in frequency, things that are of a lower nature that have been suppressed are going to come to the surface. This is doing shadow work. When you're actually trying to work on these things, facing your insecurities, facing your fears. Fear is the lowest frequency, right? And we want to get this new frequency that we want to shift to is the low frequency. It's the opposite of fear. And that's why our root chakra right now is being attacked by the powers that be. With the root chakra, we think it's stability, right? Security. People don't feel secure and stable. First of all, they're hitting us with the cost of living, all the inflation, right? Stuff they're showing in the algorithms on TikTok, YouTube, on anywhere, right? Any social media platform, it's all pushing fear out more than usual. It's always putting us in a panic about things that are going on the planet. And look, some of these things might happen, some of the things might not. Hard to say. The fear frequency is being pushed out to hold us down. Fear affects your root chakra, right? When you don't feel safe and secure in your environment and even financially stable, and some people might even lose their house and stuff like that, right? Our root chakra is being attacked, so we don't feel stable. So we stay in that fear frequency. So we're in survival mode. But we have to get past that. We have to get out of that frequency. And some people don't know how. They're stuck. They put themselves in a hole, I understand. But it might just be, the test is, maybe you could live a different way. Maybe you don't need to consume so much. You know, we're really programmed to do that. It's about even the tactics used to divide us, to separate us, that's also putting us in the fear frequency. Things are being exposed in the world, right? The lies, deception, all going on in the matrix, right? Why do you think they're being exposed more than usual? This has been going on forever, but now the algorithm is showing all this stuff, right? Do you notice that? Just be aware of what's going on. And right now, when you're being tested like this, like for me, even things I thought I worked on are coming to the surface, like some past trauma I've had, and insecurities, even some of my fears. You know, we all have fears of something. Everyone has some kind of fear they're working on, but remember that the life you want is on the other side of that fear. It's about transcending that fear. You know, fear is a frequency. It's very powerful, right? But you can use that to empower you. Right now, it's more important than ever to go within. The answers you're looking for are not out there, and the more you seek answers out there, the more you're probably going to be in the fear frequency or confused, or you're living someone else's life. You want to follow the crowd, most of the crowd is lost. Are you taking advice from people that even have what you want? Or not? Are you just following someone on TikTok, social media, they're in that negative lower state? Before you know it, you're into that state too. And then you're going to watch your reality shift. You're going to start to focus on those things in your reality too. Energy goes where your attention goes. So I want you to be really mindful right now. With the veil being thin, things are manifesting quicker. What you're believing, how you're perceiving the world around you, and the way you're feeling is all affecting your reality and like literally shifting your timeline. So be mindful of the way things are making you feel and how you're perceiving things. So for me, notice I'm highly sensitive now to like certain foods, certain people even. I have a lot of awareness of some of the things that used to make me feel good, and I don't enjoy them anymore. And pay attention to how you're feeling after you're around certain people, eating certain foods, doing certain activities, listening to certain music, watching certain things. There's a lot of things I don't watch anymore because that's all programming your subconscious mind. Even music too. Everything's a frequency, right? I think right now more than ever it's important to go more within. Stop looking out there. You need to connect within. Some people can't even sit with themselves. I used to be one of those people too. I hated being by myself. I used to struggle with addiction and everything, right? I literally couldn't sit with my own emotions and I couldn't sit with myself. And so I started to do that shadow work and stop suppressing everything. I allow myself to feel what I need to feel. Like, just pay attention to what's coming up. That's coming up for a reason. And the more you push it down, you're pushing it so far down and it's going to come up. and it's gonna burst at the seams, right? Shadow keeps tapping you on the shoulder, all the things that are unconsciously running your life, the fears, insecurities, all those things, right? It's gonna keep coming up for awareness, be transmuted, because it's like, what's holding you back from living the life you want to live. So, good time to go within now, especially if you have heavy emotional trauma, that can be hard if you actually want to do shadow work. Sometimes it's good to have, whether it's a therapist or shadow work coach or something like that. It can be heavy, and if you don't have proper coping skills, you can end up being really destructive. I know that from experience. So how can you connect to your authentic self? You need to go within more, meditate more, spend more time by yourself, cut out the distractions. You don't need to be on social media all day. Taking my own advice too. It takes me a while to separate from that. Sometimes I'll force myself to go meditate. I don't want to, but I'm like glued into the social media, the technology, right? And a lot of people are even becoming more in touch with their spiritual gifts now. The veil is thinner, right? Now is the perfect time to get more in touch with those gifts, because you want to connect more with your intuition, your higher self. Some people get more into tarot cards. Everyone has different ways they connect with your divine, with your spiritual self, with your higher nature. A lot of times meditation will just do it. There's a lot of guided meditations on YouTube that can help you with that too, that can help you connect to your higher self, things like that. Find your own way. For one person, it doesn't always work for the other person. Some people even do it through breath work. I'm going to do it through yoga. Don't be scared to spend time alone, because the crowd is lost, man. You're gonna hang around with all these people that are in that lower frequency. You can get on that frequency too, and it can be very destructive. But you take advantage of the fact that the frequency is raising, that things are coming to awareness. It's bringing awareness. Hey, this is what I need to work on to get to the next level of my life. You get the nudges to do things, right? Your intuition is heightened right now. It's good to connect more with that. Even binaural beats help me sometimes. Sometimes I don't feel like doing guided meditations. I'll do it sometimes, but even just being silent, just see what comes up. Where's your intuition trying to guide you to? You're not as in touch with the intuition when you have all these distractions, when you're focusing out here, because the intuition's in here. So you don't know what to do. All the things going on in the world, you hear all these things, right? You don't know what's true and what's not. You don't know what direction you should go. There's so many different options cause you anxiety, right? But anxiety could also be excitement. Could be turned into excitement. But you won't know if you don't connect more within. So go within now, guys. The only way out of this hell, whatever you want to call it, that you feel like you're stuck in, the circumstance you're in, is to go within. It's not out there. The answers usually aren't out there. I'm not saying you can't get guidance from people. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get help, but your intuition is way stronger than you think. You have most of the answers in here, but a lot of people can't connect within here. They're too distracted out there, and with all the programming and all living in survival mode all the time, right? So find a way every day. I don't care if it's 10 minutes. I don't care if it's an hour, whatever you do, maybe before you go to sleep. Lie in bed, sometimes that's easier because you're busy all day, right? Trying to get stuff done, but would do what you can to connect more within, to your higher self. There's even YouTube videos you could watch on how to connect more with your higher self, right? If you really are having struggling with that. But a lot of it's just getting present. Cutting out the distractions, getting present. Meditating. And it can be painful when you have painful emotions that you're trying to distract yourself from all the time. You keep yourself busy to distract yourself, right? So connect within. The only way out is in. And once you connect more within, you'll believe in yourself more. Once you get those answers, you'll start to trust yourself more. And the outside, what's going on here, won't matter so much. Even though it could be a complete, catastrophe or disaster, right? And you're so good because you've connected more to your higher self, your divine self. You'll trust yourself more. Start to use your intuition more. There's a lot of situations where your intuition about something and it was right? And you felt good. You're like, oh, I knew. I'm glad I made the right decision. Or sometimes you figure out if you made the other decision, it would have been really bad, right? So give yourself credit when you do. When you follow your intuition, it was right? That kind of builds up that confidence, and you trust yourself more, and you'll know that whatever's going on out here, you have you. You're not relying so much on other people and other things. You know what you need to do. You know what's best for you, regardless of everything else. You have that inner knowing. And you'll trust that you'll be guided towards where you're meant to go. You'll trust the process more. You'll flow with life more instead of reacting to everything around you. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I also have a Facebook group, an Instagram, and a TikTok. The links are in this video description and in my channel description. I also offer transformational coaching. If you're interested in booking a session with me, my contact information is in this video description as well. Have a good day. Namaste.